A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. My name is Fabio and thank you for tuning in. We're going to be analyzing the major dollar pairs and gold. Now, before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 100,000 subscribers, and make sure to leave a like on this video. And then furthermore, today with the New York Open, we are going to be going live here on YouTube as well at 2:30 Central Eastern Time. So make sure to be there as well. Now, looking at EURUSD, we can currently see that the daily is retracing in towards the downside after grabbing liquidity on the 4-hour time frame. Now in Discord, I dropped an update that there were a few highs to keep an eye on. This high over here, this high over here, and then obviously this area of supply over here. Those were kind of like the three main areas from where we could potentially see a reaction. Now we're currently retracing in towards the downside back into the weekly, monthly, and yearly open price, which are all coinciding over here. So I'm looking for a potential rebound now on EURUSD further in towards the upside. Now the main reason for this is because one, the 4-hour swing structure is bullish. Here we had the impulse up. Here we had the retracement down, and now I'm just looking for the next potential impulse up back in towards the previous weekly high over here, above which I expect there to be a lot of liquidity. So that's this black line over here, and then obviously also trading in line with the overall weekly fractal structure as well, and potentially taking out this high over here and retracing in towards that weekly 0.5 fib retracement level. Now, yes, I understand that the daily time frame is still fractal bearish. So we have this high over here and this low over here. So this is kind of like your immediate fractal structure, and we've retraced into premium prices. But for myself, the weekly time frame is now the boss, and I'm looking to continue with what I explained in yesterday's video, where we have a beautiful descending wedge formation over here. We break out of that wedge, we retrace all the way back down in towards this demand, we grab all of the liquidity that was inside of this overall push up, and now simply looking for some upside continuation based on what I see on the 4-hour time frame and also on the 1-hour time frame. So currently looking at that potential upside continuation. Now here on the 1-hour time frame, we have grabbed all of the liquidity underneath these equal lows. So what do I currently want to see from this weekly, monthly, and yearly open? Well, I want to see a market structure shift back in towards the highs. Now, ideally, you now want to see a push up, break of this, and then just upside continuation if you want to get in those longs. That for me is personally the setup that I am interested in. Yes, you could also look at a short position, but I'm already in these two longs that I've explained both in the stream and on Monday. So yeah, ideally, you're going to be in these positions also with the fact that there's news being NFP this week. So that could potentially move the markets in our favor or not, obviously. Yeah, with those positions running, I would just prefer now to stay in those longs, and we'll keep an eye open for what happens at these levels over here. So interested to see if we can get any bullish price action. If we do not, also perfectly fine. Then we'll just wait for the market to crash down lower. But you guys know it, and it is the same as yesterday. I'm waiting for the pretty much the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame, excuse me, to start breaking lows, and that is the only point pretty much in time that I'm going to be interested in a potential short. So what I'll be looking at is, sorry guys, but what I'll be looking at is this low over here of this area of demand to break. So I want this demand zone over here to break, and then once that demand zone goes, that is when I'll be interested in a short. Otherwise, until then, I'm more interested still in further upside. So that's what I have for EURUSD. Going into the dollar index, the dollar index made a fractal break in towards the downside yesterday on the daily. If we look here at the daily time frame, we can very clearly see that this black line broke as explained yesterday. So what I'm now interested in is to see that further downside push. This here is like your main area of supply. We still have the monthly and the yearly opens over here, so it's not crazy thought process to see if the dollar could maybe push up a little bit higher and then sell off once again. So keeping my eyes open for potential shorts. Ideally, yeah, from this area of supply is where we want to be looking for shorts on the dollar. So yeah, looking at that for the dollar index. Going into AUDUSD, we can see that AU has also pushed down, but AU is still pretty strong. It's very interesting level where it's currently inside of, being this area of 4-hour demand over here. This is also your 4-hour fractal low. This here is your 4-hour fractal high. So I'm now looking at the lower time frame to provide us with confirmation to look for further long positions. So looking now at the 1-hour time frame, I want to see if we can get a potential break of this high over here, and then I'll be getting into a long position on AUDUSD once again. So this position here is at break even. Also call it on the stream on Tuesday. So let's see if we can get a scale in potentially today again on the stream. That would be be nice to see. So waiting for that black line to break and then look for further long position. Otherwise, I would also not be that mad, to be very honest, if we do break the low of that fractal structure, because I also consider there to be liquidity below it. So if we don't see that lower time frame confirmation, just wait for that low to go. Then we still have the monthly and the yearly open over here, which could act as supports to then push the market up higher once again. So that's personally what I'm looking for on AUDUSD. Again, not considering this a strong or valid real break of structure due to the fact that the news or that this wick down happened on Sunday. And also in combination with news. So for myself, this now is just a strong low, and this is a weak high to get taken out. And now I just want to see that upside continuation on AUDUSD, but we need to see that lower time frame confirmation before getting into those longs. Then we have GBPUSD. So GBPUSD itself here has also made a substantial retracement after reaching that target, which we mentioned in yesterday's video. Again, you can see how clearly the yearly level is now acting as an area of resistance. So on the daily time frame, we still have this as your fractal high, this is your fractal low, but we were correct indeed with seeing that further push up on GU overall. Now coming in towards those highs, obviously the target or the immediate target for GU on my side has been met. As I mentioned, there was still a lot of liquidity resting above these highs. Glad to see that that liquidity has now been taken out. Now personally staying out of GU for the short term, we are inside of this area of demand over here. So I want to see what it does inside of there. Personally, if this low breaks, I'm not going to be interested in any potential further upside still. That is kind of like more the moment that where I want to see shorts. I want to see like at least like a double fractal break. So another break over here in towards the downside. I want to see a trend start to form, so that I understand that this is not just simply a liquidity grab to fuel the next move up if you are interested in short. So wait for that. If you want to short it, wait for at least like this area of demand to go, because there was no connection with the overall order flow here. So this area of price did not tap in towards this demand zone. So wait to see if we're not just going to continue up higher again, but wait for this actually to break, wait for the monthly and the weekly level to break as well, and then get into shorts. That would be, in my opinion, the better option. Obviously, zooming out, we still have an overall swing on the daily time frame, which is bearish. Then we also have the daily fractal, which is bearish with this black line and this black low over here being your fractal structure. But now you really want to wait for that additional confirmation, because if it does push down, then there's still so much more room for it to push down. We do have interest rate decisions now on the pound today, so this is going to cause a lot of volatility. So do keep that in mind. When trading GU, personally, I would stay out until after the interest rate decisions, but preferably again either longs from this area of demand or shorts once we break that area of demand. That is what I'm currently looking at. Going into NZDUSD, what can we see there? So NZDUSD itself here is now retracing again. Overall, I'm just marking out the liquidity points. For myself, we have liquidity above this high and we have liquidity underneath this low. Liquidity underneath the low has been swiped, and now just looking for liquidity above the high to get taken out. So looking for one more potential push up higher. We still have the monthly and the weekly open levels and the yearly open levels, excuse me. So looking for that upside continuation. Going in towards the 4-hour time frame here, we can, by the way, see that the daily fractal structure is bullish after breaking this high over here. This is now therefore an area of demand on the daily time frame, so looking for upside continuation from there. And then also on the 4-hour time frame, I'm also looking for that upside continuation. NU is very bullish, so I am going to be looking for longs inside of here to long this further up. So this is pretty much the long position that I'm currently looking at to swing NU again up higher here on the 4-hour. Again, all of you want to trade the lower time frame. Apparently, I got a lot of messages about this. Then what you just simply need to do is just, for example, wait for liquidity to get grabbed. Then you just wait for the 1-hour change of character, and then you go long. Obviously, as easy as that. You need order flow to be created on the lower time frame if you want to trade the lower time frame. So you need to wait for supply zones or demand zones to be created. You need structure to form, or fractal structure to form. Currently, this is the fractal high, this is the fractal low. So you need, for example, a retracement, then another push down, then this becomes your fractal high, and then you have again for example, a retracement, then another push down, then this becomes your fractal high, and then wait for that fractal high to go, wait for the retracement, and then you go long. As simple as that. So that's what I'm looking for on NU. NU, I like the longs that I see over there for now on the short term, but yeah, we need to form some kind of like support base from where we can go long, because otherwise you're just going to be buying an overall impulse down. So just wait for it to slow down, and then you could potentially look for those long positions. And then last of all, we have gold. So gold itself here is obviously at an all-time high. It has started to form somewhat of a retracement. Overall on the daily, still extremely bullish. Would not be interested in any shorts at all. All I know now is that this is your daily imbalance over here, from where I would only be interested to look for potential longs. So like 28.30 is an area where I would be interested again. Don't ask me if I'm interested at these current levels to trade it, because I'm really just not. What I would wait for is 28.30 at least to get hit, and then you just wait again for a supply or demand to be formed, and a reaction to that demand zone, and then you just look for a new demand chain to then go long again in towards a new all-time high, and then you just trade the impulse up higher. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day, and speak soon.